Hey everybody, John from Slashbash coming at you with another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. In our first story, after being offered free signage for his store, the store owner quickly starts to show his true Choosing Beggar colors. Let's jump right in. I suppose this is technically not a beggar, but certainly this guy has all the marks of Choosing Beggar behavior. I once visited a local business and offered my services for free in exchange for exposure. Basically, I do signage at the business in exchange for allowing me to use photos and his business name in my portfolio and website. Business owner liked what I offered and asked that I email them the details and my contract and we could get started. So I did. The work was a fairly large window sign, 18 inches tall by a few feet wide, vinyl on the already existing glass. Sent over the details in plain English and attached my free work contract that was basically the same as a regular contract, but was very clear that I could use the business name and photos of the business displaying my work in my own portfolio and website. It also had a shortened warranty period, 30 days, instead of the normal 1 year, and explained that the materials I would be using are still rated for 7 years without fading or cracking, even in full sun and/or wet weather. It also iterated that the work would include a small 3-inch by 1-inch detail that would read "provided by" and my business name and website, and that would be placed in an unobtrusive area. Also, I would take 5 photos myself and use those in my portfolio, all of which he was informed of at initial contact, and he never objected. The contract also stated that if my business info were purposefully removed in the first year, that he would be invoiced the estimated full amount of the job, a few $100s, and that if it were accidentally removed, which happens actually, usually an ill-behaved punk kid who's too impatient starts fingernailing off the small letters and mommy doesn't stop him, that I would reapply my business info at my expense. After the first year, he would be free to remove my business info if he so desired. A choosy beggar is born? After receiving the contract, he went into full Choosing Beggar mode. He demanded a full warranty, removal of my business info, and that I was allowed just 1 photo that I could only use for 1 year. He also demanded that I replace the work for free if it got damaged or something. He cited, what if my window got broken and I have to replace the glass, or what if he moved to a new location? New location is very important here. I told him that the contract applies to a single application of the sign, and that any warranty would apply to a failure of the product, and that any work after 30 days would be at a fee, even it would have normally been covered under warranty, and that if he wanted the sign removed before the end of 1 year, it would be a fee of $100 and any reapplication would be at full price. I also told him that this is my contract and all of these details are in there and it's not negotiable on free work. He went off about we had an agreement and blah blah blah. I told him no, we didn't have an agreement. The agreement is when we both signed the contract and no one has yet. If he wanted the work without those clauses, he could pay for the work. Otherwise, he could accept the conditions and sign, or not accept them and not sign. He didn't sign. He kept insisting that it's his business and I have to do what he wants, and that I offered free work and that I was obligated to meet his terms. I didn't. I left and never revisited that store even as a customer. I guess it's pseudo-relevant to mention that I had just made a $600 purchase from his business in the week leading up to this, a fact he was well aware of. Now he has no free sign and I shop elsewhere for items he sells. So, Remember the part about new location? Less than 2 months later, he relocated his business. I fully believe this guy already had this plan and was attempting to get free work twice on top of being such a butthead about it. It's been a year or two since, and his business still has no window signage. And I spent well over the full cost of the sign on products he sells, but I've just spent it elsewhere. A double whammy. In story 2, a kind offer to help pay to remove a neighbor's fallen tree quickly goes wrong, due to the neighbor being a choosing beggar. This didn't happen to me, but it happened to my mother. My mom bought some choice property lakeside for really cheap. She's put 2 years of labor and her own off days to fix it up and take down all the underbrush to build her own place out there. The only problem was the neighbors. Around Christmas last year, a tree fell from our neighbor's yard into ours. Not an issue. Mom went to the neighbor's place to chip in some money to help get it off her yard. She offered $150, which is pretty gratuitous, considering a basic tree removal package is about $400, and it wasn't her tree in the first place. There was about a third of the tree on our property, and honestly, she probably could have taken it out with a chainsaw in 3 hours, but she didn't have the time or energy to do it, which is understandable. The neighbors started negotiations that went something like this. Well, I don't mind chipping in a bit to help move the tree off our properties. Well, that would be super kind of you. We're looking at about $500 from you, and we can pay the other $500. I'm sorry, what? I don't know what tree service you're using, but I'm sure I could find one cheaper than that so we could both save some extra money. No, we always use my brother's company. He does great work, and I'm sure he'd have it done in no time. Your brother has a tree company? Well, he does construction, and he helped us build this place, and he'll help us out whenever we ask. Would he be willing to do it for less if he's your brother? What? No, he is a businessman. He might go lower for us considering we're family, but it'll still be $500 for you. I'm sorry, but I can't afford to pay $500 to have this removed off my property, especially when I know I could get it removed entirely for $500 from someone else. Well, you offered us the money to help, and that's what we're asking for, so I'm sure this would all blow over after the $500 comes through. Mom refused, of course, and this pissed the neighbors off so much they took down the tree, but only on their side. I went out and spent my weekend cutting the rest of the tree down with my mom. We eventually found out they liked trespassing to see the lake from our backyard, so we put up a huge fence. The day we put the fence up, James' wife comes out and moons us. We eventually called the cops with all the threats they were giving us, and lo and behold, they hadn't paid taxes on their house in over 5 years. Their scumbag brother didn't build the house to code either. Let's just say, they don't bother us anymore. Story number 3 is a heartwarming tale between 2 old school friends, until of course one of the school friends turns into a choosing beggar. Hey babe, I finally put a date down for my wedding and was hoping that you'd come, obviously, but was also wondering if you'd be alright doing the photography there as well. Obviously you can invite a +1. Let me know ASAP, please. Kisses! Hey, congratulations. Of course I'd love to, but I need to know when it is. Kisses. 22nd August. I want photos taken before the wedding though. You know, when we're getting ready, so it's something to remember. So many kisses. Okay. Yeah, I'm free then. I'll book it in now because I'm usually packed in August with weddings. I need a deposit of £250 in May. Don't worry, I've added a friends and family discount. Kisses. Wow, wait, seriously? Why do I have to pay? I assumed I wouldn't need to pay a single thing considering we were best mates at school. You didn't charge Blank when it was her wedding, so why do I have to pay? Well, yeah? Blank is my sister, and I didn't charge Blank as it was a wedding gift for me, and she paid for my room at the hotel and my drinks all night, not that that should even matter anyway. Just because we were friends at school doesn't mean I have to give you freebies. This is my wage. If I don't charge you, then it wouldn't be fair to anyone else. Well, you can flip off. You're not coming to the wedding anymore, so flip your invite, you fat witch. Lovely. Thanks for your interest anyway. Have a lovely day. This has been John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit the subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like and share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.